Hello, this is Bin here. In my previous video, I talked about dollar index DXY and that it was at the support here. You might want to watch the video on that analysis. Now, this video, I would want to share, so after I've done the DXY, what can be done to, for example, the currency trades. I will run you through my strategy of what I've done to let you know the trading styles that I'm doing. Okay, hopefully this is going to help you in terms of your trading. First, I don't really use the monthly chart, but for dollar index, it's good to have a look at the monthly chart because it does gives you a very nice understanding into the flow of the US dollar. And somewhere around here was the wash line. Okay, if you don't know the strategy of wash and rinse, then you can refer to my wash and rinse video. But here was a wash line, and then here was a horizontal support. But again, that I was looking at the overall trend. The trend is still up and it's still being supported by the low of the equidistance channel that I've drawn in here. So that's the equidistance channel high, and this is a low point here. So there was a washed here, so this was a washed bar here, and that's the rinse. Okay, basically in a wash and rinse, what it means is that price exceeded, hit the support level, and that was a bit of a regret at the washed, and then rinse show that regret. Okay, what's important here is actually the wash line. So this is the wash line here, and after the rinse, and because this is a monthly data, a lot of time it will retrace to a firm support. So because that price hit this resistance level and it starts to retrace, and this becomes an opportunity. That means in the retracement it becomes an opportunity, and I usually will go to lower time frame to trade that. Okay, so either I would just be looking at the week time frame or even the daily time frame here. So this is the daily time frame that we saw that priced, and the dollar index was bouncing off very nicely. And so what I'm doing is to wait for a signal to move up. And of course, I do not trade into the dollar index directly. For me, that's my style, and I trade it into euro. So let's take a look at the euro chart. This is the euro chart here. So the euro has been daily chart, right? The euro has been actually going higher, but somewhere around here we've seen that the euro is making a lower low. Okay, how to detect that? It's the line chart. You can see that somewhere around here was detected from the lower low, and that when price moved higher, so this was the predicted resistance level in the change of trend. So I saw that there was a change of trend where it's moved into the lower low, and this portion here is a lower high. So this was a lower high. Then in the level here, that was predicted resistance, and what I did was to always wait for price to move up. The strategy is to understand that if the price high is at 10 and the price low is at 1, you don't want to short near, let's say, 2 or 3. You want it to move higher to a good level based on that range. Okay, so if it's 1 to 10, then a good range could be 5 or 6 or even 7 or 8. So somewhere around here, you could do things like you could apply the Fibonacci retracement from this point to this point, and you know that high was about 62%, and at the same time it coincided with the previous historical high here. And then when it moved higher, what I was waiting at that point of time was actually the bearish signal from TAT. Okay. This bearish signal was automatically derived, and it just says that when it hit the resistance level, for example, that's predicted, then when there is a trigger, it will point to a bearish signal. So I was actually waiting for that, and I was trading on the day chart. So you see, from the month chart, I progressed to the day chart because that's how the natural progression. So I had the first sell around here, so that's based on the signal. But more importantly is that once you start to see for example, the signal first moved in and you start to see certain levels are breaking, you don't need to fear, especially when you're trading currencies, okay? Because when there is a trend, the trend of the currencies will last for quite some time. So what I did on the second round is to observe that since the support level was broken somewhere around here, then to wait for a retracement level higher. So I always waited for a retracement higher to go short until the predicted target profit here. Then what time frame do I use for that retracement after it's confirmed? It's always the lower time frame. You don't want to use the higher time frame, because then the higher time frame already says that the dollar is going to strengthen, and hence the euro is likely going to weaken, and the support level was already broken. So I will always go to the lower time frame to look for, again, retracement higher. And I always look for this particular pattern, which is the zigzag pattern here, and it works very, very well. So the previous one, which was a trade in the day, is also a zigzag pattern that I waited, and then we have that signal. And then once I have the first trade in and that becomes a profit, and I went to the lower time frame to again, right, to look for this zigzag pattern. That's the zigzag pattern, and look for the zigzag pattern and look for the signal, and that added twice my additional trade in the euro. And then how do I use it to exit? I always use the higher time frame for my exit. That means that I always will build the first trade with the higher time frame. So for example, in a day, and when I become successful, I will continue the trade on in the lower time frame, which is actually a 4-hour trade, but I would scale out. Scale out means that when it comes to a certain support level, I will scale out, and then when it hit that target profit, then I will exit my entire trade. And right now I'm neutral, no more, square all my trades here, and this is how I traded based on US dollar, based on the indication from the DXY to short into euro, and this was covered in my weekly review. I hope that by sharing with you the time frame that I'm using, what I'm looking at, it helps you to understand briefly only one thing, right? If there could be one thing that you bring out, and that one thing would be you always want to sell when it goes higher. You don't want to sell when it goes lower. So how to understand that it goes higher or lower? Same thing, you see. When price moves down, you always have to move up a little bit. When price moves down, you always have to move up a little bit. When price moves down, then it has to move up a little bit. So there will be various rounds of this recurrence, and you just want to do it when it's near the starting point. You don't do it near the bottom here. For example, this is where target profit has already been reached, and you want to be careful to assume that when it goes up, because that's where price might just reverse to head up again. I hope that this sharing is useful. Do watch the two videos. One is on the dollar index analysis, the other one is on how I use the dollar index to execute the trade. See you next time.